if you don't look back at your past harvest, past experiences, you don't get better over time. And that's where, like, I think, the best way to grow into obvious, it seems very obvious over time. I'll probably get into it in a little bit. But it really boils down to knowing how to get better, how to take what you've done in the past and the losses and the wins and perfect it. And I think that's where we should maybe go over the ways in the garden to do that, but the best ways to be the best in the garden. And it's the best way to grow, honestly. But it's only because I can take all of my past experience and put it into this now. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think you need to start from the beginning and kind of go through kind of where we started and what we learned over the years. And yeah, there is certainly, we figured out the best way to grow for sure. At least I have. And I know you guys have. And I think this discussion, we're going to bring it about.
We are, but I think we should save the best way to grow until the end of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll let the audience come to a conclusion based on my best way to grow or way of method, your method of madness, and the way that you've trained yourself to finish on. We'll see if we can come to a
consensus
on what is the best way to grow.
You'll agree. It is the best way to grow.
I guarantee it.
So,
better pizza, better ingredients. That's all I'm saying.
So starting things off, I've learned.
What's your seedling experience? What's that process?
Well,
going?
It's funny because, just like the entire process, it's something that I've had to hone in over time. I didn't start with a good quality seedling process at the time. I wasn't aware of VPD. Heck, I wasn't aware of humidity and temperature at that point.
I know you go outside with a T-shirt on in the winter.
I was confused.
I had no idea what temperature was.
Massive confusion. Mm-hmm. So I unfortunately set myself up for failure immediately. But then I started to realize that you need to nurture those genetics, those seedlings from the very start to allow them the best shot forward. And that's when I thought, you know what? I'm gonna put it in a cup, put it right into the medium. I'm gonna water it and I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna plant it and forget it. And within 3 days, I can get myself a bean up. Seems pretty easy. Seems pretty simple, and it works for me. And I think when it comes to germination, I don't want you shouldn't take it too complicated. Shouldn't make it too complicated, but should find a method that works for you.
Yeah, I think we had a video not too long ago that went over some tips and some ways to nurture and take care of seedlings. But my specific way that I do it personally, which is the best way, I just want to put that out there, is the paper towel method. I believe AC Infinity's channel solidified that, boys, when we actually had AC, from the Stash Highly Educational. The paper towel method was the fastest. Let's put that out there. But
only because of your definition of when the time started.
You don't need to get split hairs.
Okay.
Fair. Point is, I didn't do that when I started. Not at all.
You weren't splitting hairs when you got started?
Not at all. I wasn't even splitting husks. I wasn't even splitting the shell open on the seed. I first started off, and I was just not watering the soil enough when I was putting plants in. I thought I was overwatering every time. I just missed at the top, and rarely was it going down into actually watering the seed. So I'd have a lot of not successful starting points. I'd pop 10, and what would actually pop would be like 3, and that was all human error. There's no question. It totally was. That's when I got hip to actual germination, and I was like, okay, I can see when they pop before I plant them. So I ended up utilizing the paper towel method. And honestly, for me, it's worked consistent. All I do is plain dechlorinated water, and I don't even balance the pH, and I'll just mist paper towel, put the seedling in there, usually double wrapped paper towel, paper bag, 24 to 48 hours, and I've got taproots. And that's worked the best for me. And I think, honestly, it's the easiest way to go about it with guaranteeing you're having germination. But if you're able to do exactly what P is doing, just pop them and drop them, the success is there. It's hard to argue. You may be able to split hairs like myself, add some extra steps into the process, watering with aloe water, utilizing peroxide in the actual germination process. But you can't argue getting seeds that pop from just putting them in, from sowing a seed and you have it. That's agriculture 101. You don't see a bunch of big commercial fields with a million things of paper towel. And you know what I'm saying? That's not a thing that's done, period. This FTS clip was brought to you by AC Infinity, leaders in garden innovation. Use discount code TheStash15 at checkout to save some money on your order.
Stash Podcast.